Hi guys, it is almost the end of the month, which means it's time to round them up and it's time for me to show you all of the palettes that I used for the month. So these are all the palettes that I used in May and there are 15 of them. So if that sounds like something fun to you, then stick around. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi and I'm really happy that you're here. Yes, you guys, we have 15 palettes. I was going to rank them this month for something different. And then there's 15 of them, and I'm not ranking 15 palettes because that's a lot. It's a lot, and I'm not doing it. But let me know in the comments if that's something that you would be interested in seeing. Do you want me to rank them? Because that's fun too, but not when there's 15 of them. So let's go ahead and get started. There's one we used 3 times, but I only have one photo. And then there's 3 that we used twice. So that was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24 times I did makeup. Now, a couple of these are from the end of last month after I filmed my palettes, which was the end of the month, but I had like a couple of days, and I'm filming on the 25th. It's almost the 26th now because it's almost midnight, but so just keep that in mind. All right, let's go to the ones that we used multiple times. And as always, I will be putting photos. I should like lean to the side so you can see, but I'm going to put photos, whatever. And that is the Beauty Bay Neutral palette. I love this palette so much. This is what she looks like. She's starting to look really, really loved. The mattes, there are a couple of B's that are almost worn off. The shimmers are what look the most loved, but I love this palette. Love it. And my daughter used this month too. But I'm not counting that, but she did. She used it. She filmed a little get ready with me in here last weekend, and she used that palette. She started her own channel. She only has one video so far. She just made another one. We haven't uploaded it yet, but yeah. So I'm really proud of her. Okay, so one picture. Yeah, one picture. Okay, and then the next one I used twice was the Rose Quartz from Hood Up Beauty. You guys, I love this palette so much. This was a gift from Michelle Nylander, a very amazing subscriber and friend. And this, I don't know which picture it's going to be, but I used this on my lid. This shade, I'm going to try not to swatch too many because I don't want this to be ridiculous, but this shade right here, that is ridiculous. I love that shade. I love all of them, but I really, oh no, you know what? It was this one, wasn't it? This one right here. That's what I used on my lid, which is that. It has a little shift to it. And I did mostly cools with both of those looks. I didn't even have my wipes out because I wasn't going to swatch, but Okay, the next one we used twice was the Lunar Beauty Advent Calendar. This was in my deck of panning, and I had to use every shade at least once. And last month, this was in here because I had used these 4 shades. But this month, I had a look with these 4 shades, which I think is my favorite look for the entire month. I think it is. It was really pretty. And then the other look that I did were these 2 yellows and these 2 greens. And then I believe I did this as my outer corner. I think I did that as my outer corner. It was one of these 2, but this one's lighter, so I think I used this. But you guys, I'm a convert. I did not like this palette when I brought this into my deck of panning. I was not happy about it, but I knew that if I didn't put it in a project, I wasn't going to use it. And I'm so glad I did. It's so pretty. I have to compartmentalize. I have to be like, oh, this is a look. Oh, this is a look. Or this is a look, If I look at it as a whole, I'm like, I don't like that. So yeah, I'm really happy that I put it in the project. The next one I used twice is the ColourPop Give It To Me Straight. This was sent to me in friend mail from Ash from Makeup and Chaos. I think they were decluttering it. I think that's what it was. They were decluttering it and they sent it to me. And I love this palette. This is becoming one of my favorite ColourPop palettes. I love this palette. I did 2 looks with this, and one of them is darker than the other, but they were both work looks. I believe they were both work looks. But yes, yes. Okay. The next 11, I only used once. And this is the Violet Voss Pro eyeshadows. This is the Holy Grail palette. And it's kind of is one of my Holy Grails, let me say. I got this from Ash as well. I got this from Ash for my birthday last year. I think it was my birthday. But I love this palette so much. It's so pretty. So I can't remember what look I did, but I'm pretty sure I used these over here. I have done a look with the berries. I might have done that. No, I think it was these. You'll see. You'll see them. I'll put it up there. I can't see it, but I really love this palette. I do. Okay, the next one I used was the Nomad Marrakesh palette. Again, love this palette. When I first bought it, I was not enamored because it's all satins. All satins. Like, there are no shimmers in this at all. And I was like, I love Nomad shimmers. And these are all satins, but they're not so satiny shiny that you can't use them for an entire look, because that's what I did. Use that. So I liked that. I like that palette. I've used it. I don't know how many times I've used it. Okay, the next one I got is the Beauty Creations Boudoir Shadows palette. And I know the color story looks very familiar because I have several others with the same color story. But I do love this palette. I got this from Leanna Dalton. She was decluttering. It was her declutter, and she had asked me if there was something that I wanted. And this is one of the ones that I saw that I was like, that's really pretty. I want that one. So I got that. And I like the look that I did with this. It's very pretty. The next one is the ColourPop by the Rosé. I love this palette, you guys. It has such a beautiful formula. And I did a halo eye with this. And I've done a halo eye with this before. It is a very easy palette to do a halo eye with, because you have such like light to medium to dark. And some of the, some ColourPop palettes don't have enough medium shades or enough deep shades or enough light shades. And this has all of them. And it's so pretty. Like, the formula on this is just beautiful. And I'm really happy I bought this. This one and another champagne-y type, because this was by the Rosé, and then there was one that was like more neutrals. I almost bought both of them and I didn't. I only bought this one, and I mean, it's fine. I don't need the other one. I don't need the other one with more neutrals, but I really love the formula on this palette, and this is still available, by the way. The next one I used is the Morphe 350 palette. This is one of the first palettes I've ever had. My daughter bought me this for, I believe it was my birthday. It was either birthday or Christmas. I can never remember. But I really love the look that I created with this. And I really love this palette. And I hadn't used it in a long time. I'm going to put this over here so you can see the picture. I haven't used it in a long time. But it has cool neutrals, but it also has these warm neutrals. And I don't know if you can see, this shade right here is the most used. And you can't even see it. It's got tiny little pan in there. Just tiny. You can't even, you can't even see it. I can see it. But, yeah, I really love this, and I need to use it more often. And now that it's summer, like, I am more likely to use these shades in the summer. Whereas in the winter, I'm more likely to use these shades. But who are we kidding? I do cool neutrals all year long. I do. The next one that we have is the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. I have to wipe it off because it has fingerprints on it, but this is what it looks like. It's very reflective, so I'm not going to blind you. But I just recently picked this up in the Boxy Drop Shop. I think it was in March. I said it was in April, but I think it might have been in March. But this is what the palette looks like. Now, the photo that I'm going to show you is from a screen grab from a video because I did not take a photo. No, I didn't. I was really bad about taking photos this month for some reason. But yeah, it's very pretty. And I like the look I created with it, but it was very blah. It was a very blah look. I need to use those more fun colors. The next one is the Nomad Paradise Islands palette. And this is what this palette looks like. I'm sure you've seen it before because I've shown it many times. It is in my deck of panning right now. I've used it once. I need to use it 9 more times before I can roll it out. But I also used these shades and I used this shade because I love this shade. It's so pretty. This shade is probably one of my favorite shades in the whole palette. I don't know why. It's just so pretty. It has a little shift to it. And it's not overly shimmery. Not overly shimmery. But it is very, very pretty. It's just a little shifty. But it's a very pretty color. Very pretty shade. All right, the next one that I used is the ABH Modern Renaissance. Yes, she's dirty. She's a dirty girl. She's a dirty girl, but that's okay. You know what? Most of the ones I see are dirty girls. They are. I did get this from Ash from Makeup in Chaos. And it's a basic neutral palette. It's a basic palette, but I really like it a lot. I really, really love the shades in this palette. And so far, I've loved every look that I've done with it. Okay, next up is the Wannabe by ColourPop. This is in my 50 Shades of Yellow project, and I have to use every pan once. And I have used all but these two, I think. But, oh, when I did this look, so I did this, I used this, and then I also used this single right here from Looksy, and it's called Caterpillar. And it is, you guys, it is so pretty. See that? Oh, it's like an orangey pinky gold. Yes, love it, love it. Okay, the next one, we have 2 more left. The next one I used is the Lilac You a Lot. This was my first time using this palette. So she's not very loved, but that was my first time using it. I love this. I was feeling very purpley when I went to work one day, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. So I was feeling very purpley at work, and I loved it. I loved using it. It was very nice. It was a very nice palette. And then the very last palette that I used this month is what I have on my eyes today. Now, it has been like 6 hours since I put it on. But it is the Ace Beauté Smoky Roses palette. And this is what she looks like. These shimmers are very Super Shock-like. They seem like a Super Shock. They do. They're really nice. The mattes are beautiful. I just recently picked this up as an Ipsy add-on for $12. $12, you guys. $12. So this is actually a look that I filmed for a collab, but I'm not going to tell you the details. You'll have to watch it. You'll have to watch it. But it's coming up in June. So those are all the palettes that I used. Now, I have a little announcement, I guess. For those of you that have been asking, and I really appreciate you asking and thinking of me and that. You asked me if I got the job that I applied for. And no, I did not. I did not get the job. I was number 2. It was between me and another person, and I did not get it, and I was gutted and heartbroken, and it was not a good weekend. I found out last Wednesday, and I was just very disappointed, upset, because I was really looking forward to that, and I had a really, really good feeling about it. So I did not get it, so it is what it is. I am going to actually continue to look outside of my company because I did work very hard to get the certifications that I got. And now that I have the certifications, I can use those somewhere else. So I do love where I work. I love the people on the shift that I'm on. I love my company. My company is very employee driven. They're great. They treat us very well. But I am over the overnight shift. I am over it. I'm over it. And so I've said many times I wear neutral eyeshadow to work because it makes me feel like I am taken more seriously. I do work security. I feel like I'm taken more seriously. I work with a bunch of men. I feel like I just feel like I'm taken more seriously. Well, you know what? I'm gonna wear what I want. I mean, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna wear. If I feel like wearing purple eyeshadow one day, I'm gonna wear it. If I feel like wearing teal eyeshadow one day, I'm gonna freaking wear it. And if they don't take me seriously, then that's on them. It's not on me because I do my job very, very well. So that was a realization that I came upon last weekend. You know what? I'm gonna do what I want because I do what I want anyway, normally. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Anybody that I mentioned will be in the description box below. I really appreciate you being here. Let me know in the comments which look was your favorite, which palette was your favorite, and are any of the palettes that I showed your favorite palettes? I'd like to know. You guys, until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.